It's a Disney thing.
Like the story of Cruella was dope.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
a
even
Disney
think it was
thing.
that deep.
And
I
then
didn't even
it
think it was
doesn't
that deep.
hurt that what Meryl Streep played her boss, so you can't go wrong with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey,
Just
it
like
was dope.
almost like when the devil wears Prada, so you can't go wrong with Meryl Streep.
Can't go wrong with her. And yeah, it was dope. I liked it.
That's good.
Kids dug it. It was dope. Cool
Corella,
movie.
Corella.
2 hours though. Long movie.
I mean,
I think they all coming that way
I
now.
mean, Disney. You know, it when if Disney gonna do it, they gonna put a great deal into it. And this is a story that they hadn't really told. Really, since the little brief preview of 101 Dalmatians, you don't get much on the backdrop of
Right.
Cruella de
You don't
Vil.
get none of
So
the.
this was a deep dive. So yeah, they had to dive in.
They did good,
They
and they
told
had the
that
little
story.
cut scenes from the young credits roll indicating it'll be a part two. Yeah, that should be dope.
Snap, are you on the airplane?
Fucking train.
Huh?
Sound like the shuttle. Oh no, that's a train. Damn, I didn't even realize it was train tracks right here. I'm at the back of this big ass complex. Um, it's like 20 buildings in this big ass complex. And I didn't know that the fucking train tracks was right there. Shit is loud as shit.
Yeah, they rolled through that bitch.
They came through. They done pulled through.
Yeah, they did.
They came through
Well,
with everything they had. Like, oh, okay,
man,
you little podcast. Let me tell you how I
and
feel about your
still right,
podcast.
and they still coming through.
We finna do.
Like
We
this ain't
finna
even
drive all through your podcast.
right. It ain't it ain't even no train, right? It's just a train with a bunch of empty shit on it, like the train going back to the
Damn,
track.
that's cold.
Well,
It's training for no reason.
Right. I'm telling you,
good thing about it is that
just because he came out there and set it up, about to
oh
do his
yeah,
podcast, here comes the
yeah.
train with no with nothing. No,
I'm
all of
talking
nothing.
about right when we went live at 5/7 Central. Well, in any event, I want to welcome everybody to Piranha
Hey, so can you hear me?
StreamCast.
I think my lack of Wi-Fi is killing me because all of a sudden I can't hear. Yeah, it's me.
Yeah, we can hear you good, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear and see you.
I'm hearing everybody like echoey.
Okay.
How
Yeah, I
about now?
think it's my lack of Wi-Fi. Y'all can hear me, but I can't hear y'all.
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear us now, Frank?
Nah, I think it's me. I'm check it, hit the comments because I'm yeah, it's all me. It was good at first.
That's crazy.
That's how it happens though. When I came on the other day when I was driving, I was relatively good at first, and then after that, it was just like no, like I couldn't make out like every other word I was saying. Like I was like, no, it's not working. And Nick was talking his ass off. I felt really bad because I couldn't even hear him. He, he had so much to say. Like he was ahead. I felt. I was just like, I can't. I got nothing for you. I can't even hear you right
That is hilarious too.
now. All right. Well, Frank gonna chime back in. Let's get this pawn thing started.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what's going on with Nick Nass. He ain't answering the phone. Probably somewhere asleep.
You already know he'll jump in here at some
Mhm.
point.
In any event, thanks for joining us live on the Piranha Pond. I am Kingfish Mac, joined today, as usual, by the beautiful mermaid in the pond, Miss Nick Mo. How you
Hey,
doing, sweetie?
everybody. Hope everybody enjoyed their holiday. And we
Oh,
have
yeah.
Mr. Frank Dunflyer
Yeah,
remotely.
yeah, we got Mr. Franklin Nunflowers going to be jumping in the comments because he's having connectivity issues. But, however, jump back in when you can, man. We're not tripping. Move around or something. And Nick Nass as well. Want to send a shout out to him. Uh, I don't know if you resting or if you wrestling,
Right,
but
right.
any
No, no,
any
with him,
event, boy.
a mountain lion, or picking some berries.
That is so hilarious.
He
Hey,
real on the edge.
I had an interesting idea, or just really a thought, and I think it might make for a decent little conversation, even if it's just you and me. Get some people to jump in the comments. Um, I remember when I was in elementary school, and you first, first called yourself liking a girl or whatever. You used to have a little thing that you fold up in a little pyramid, you put it on your head,
Oh yeah.
Right.
right? And it would always be set up to where no matter what number she picked, when I unfolded it, it would say, "Will you go with me?" or "Do you like?" Me?" Right.
Stack
So
deck.
right.
Right.
So all the way from from all the way back to the "Will you go with me?" days, all the way up to these days right here. Right. You guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the caption is, I swear you hit an age where the late night and hangovers aren't that fun anymore. Like all you want to do is mind your business, relax, create a bond with people you love, save money, build your future with a motherfucking say hi if you're at that age. Of course, I am at that age. Um, Here's the thing: from the age of "Will you go with me?" all the way to the kicking it and smoking a blunt together and watching Netflix and really chilling as opposed to it being an excuse for us to get together. Um, where do we fall in the realm of dating? What is dating in today's social climate, and can we define it? Can we define what dating is in today's social climate? So all the way from, I think that from my point of view, there's always some sort of disconnect in the communication between, um, two adults when they are getting to the stage of intimacy. And, where do we go from there? What does this mean? That type of thing. So, first of all, why don't you guys let me know what determines being together as a couple? And what are the stages? What are the stages of romance in the black community, in the social climate, digital technology, and everything in 2021? Because of course we know that it's not the tap you on the shoulder when you go with me, pull your pigtails, or push you down in the sand and let you know that I like you. We know that there is some other things that are going on nowadays, and so um, negotiating the terrain. You know what I'm saying? Where are we as a community in terms of romance?
I mean, you think that it really wouldn't be that hard. You think that it would be as simple as expressing how you feel for someone and in hopes that they may feel the same way too, or even if they don't, but you're an experienced like view of what you have going on. But even today, in today's dating world, that's not always just as clear cut as it seems, and stuff like that. So it's not. It's but she's not lying in a certain aspect of it.
Well, she's saying that it ain't no romance, that it's
It's
kind of
not
hit and run
mediated
type of shit.
anymore. It's not
It's not.
people putting in the, you know, I'm gonna talk to you for months on the phone and whatever. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to start doing things together. We're gonna try to catch some movies or you know, and and then and then because we just people, we live in the society we live in, you have to make the determination if you really want to try to invite somebody over to your house. Like, do you feel that safe these days? Do you know enough about them? What constitutes that? So let's say you do get to that stage. Okay, so now you have somebody coming over. What if you just want to watch a movie and you want to eat some popcorn and share a float? Like, are you obligated to like try to take a next step, or can it just end with a kiss goodnight? Like it doesn't really. I mentioned to somebody the other day that I felt like chivalry was dead. I think it was just in reference to what we might have been talking about at the time, because I feel like wasn't on the same page with how he answered of what I said. But I think it's the same with men that it has to be with women. You know, because I want to say this, but I don't want it to come across as being the wrong thing. But we say it all the time that children are having children. So who's
Hmm.
teaching them how to be a man, how to be a woman? Like, again, it's not our mothers raising us all over again. Some families it is, if you still have that good grit. But these days, it's even worse for them these days than it is for us. I mean, hell, at least I feel like we at the age where we at least mess with people that kind of still have the same upbringing that we might have had, or share some of the same values, or something like that. It's even worse. Like I said, children are raising children, so they ain't got none of that anymore, pretty much. But I don't know. I don't feel like there's enough work being put into it. Like, is it like, is it one the one is one standard too high, or are they too low? Like, just I don't know. I just feel like in life we make it a whole lot harder than we should. It should be fairly easy, but these days, relationship is not just a relationship. You know, Y- y'all chime in.
I don't. I think it's all about the instant gratification. Like, people don't take the time to learn each other anymore. Everything is just so fast. You know what I'm saying? It's more like one night stands turn into relationships type of shit. You know what I'm saying? After you sleep with a motherfucker and you figure they cool to hang out with, and you just find yourself hanging out with them, next thing you know, you just fall into relationships nowadays. Like, there's no work putting into going into dates and, you know, taking time to get to know a motherfucker, talking any of that shit. Motherfuckers is like, man, what you up to? Shit, what you doing? Come through, bet. And it's on and popping. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a blunt, maybe a drink, you know what I'm saying? May watch a little
Yeah.
something on TV. But I mean, it's no I think it's I don't want to say dating is dead because I'm pretty sure those of us who are older,
But it is a lost art.
right? But those of us who are older that are courting will date. I'm pretty sure. But for the kids though, nah, none of that. Like, you'd have to date.
Right.
Like, you would literally have to chaperone the date to show a motherfucker how to date type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't do it. I don't see them do
Well,
it.
I always was confused about this. I guess because I came up in a different era, and so I guess a lot of things were left to a lot of nonverbal communication, a lot of body language and shit like that, right? So when I was coming up, you didn't have a lot of definitive conversations about what it is that you're going to be doing, or where we are in the relationship, or if we're ready for sex, or what does sex mean. These weren't conversations that were being had, right? These were just things that you kind of act on. And if you got a negative response from whatever it was that you was, trying to get to second base, whatever the fuck that is, and the girl was like, yeah, that's no means no in today's language, right? So, but it wasn't spoken. Um, Also, yeah, that's exactly what I was just saying. It's kind of similar. Um, Also, Frank dropped off again. We I'm from black community and shit, right? So when I was coming up, how we ended up hooking up and getting together was nothing like what we see Marsha Brady and them doing. You feel what I'm saying? So it wasn't like uh, ask your mom, can I take you to the movies? And, we go on a date and we hold it. It never was that kind of shit. It was like such and such is having a party. Do you want to go with me? Type of shit, right? And we show up there together and everybody know that we there together type of shit. But I guess what I'm saying is that um, how invested are we really in what traditional dating has? Um,
Right. And that's where I was trying to go with it too. Like, even in traditional dating, like, do you say you're dating if I don't know. I'm more of I we cancel, you know. And even though we live in a life of turmoil, even though I might say don't do as I do as I say, I just still feel like I don't know. I just still feel like you can you when you're dating, like, do you just i- is dating multiple people?
okay, well here you go
I
right
don't
here
I don't quite
because
understand
this
it because
that was where I was going to go next,
yeah,
right?
like
So
nobody
so
just wants to like whatever happened, just being interested in just one person at a time and just be like put all my see that's the thing. Nobody want to put all their ducks in one container anymore. Everybody want to hold something back, which I do get that to a point. But and and that's what I'm saying, Keena. Like single, like do is what is appropriate when you're talking about in today's society? Like because it seems like you know nobody really use the word dating anymore. But when you're dating, like do you, do you streamline it to like when you date, or
okay,
you just date
so
one
again,
person
this
at a time?
it kind of goes back to what I was saying about our communities being different than the shit that we saw on television when I was growing up, because there was no such thing as you seeing a bunch of different people. I'm just dating around. You'll
Right.
get shit slapped out of you or get burnt with some hot something. You know what I'm saying? If you walk this girl home from junior high school and you stuck your tongue in her mouth on the side of the building, and
That was your
then
boyfriend.
tomorrow that's your girlfriend. You goddamn
Right.
right. And anything other than that, if you coming back talking about we not exclusive,
Right.
then you might have to see her brother.
Right. And yeah, I do agree with that, Keena. Like, what happened to just being like, look, I wanna, you know, I like to take this a chance to really, get to know you better and stuff like that. I'm interested in you. I want to date you. I want to court you. I
So
want to.
at what point do you get to the there to the having that conversation?
Well, that's another question within itself. But again, I guess it's like determining, like, like, are you dating if someone is dating more than one person than you, are y'all really dating? Or are you just somebody he hanging out with every once in a while? I mean, like, from a man's point of view, what's the definition of that?
Yeah, Frank, you had a whole little courting situation after the fact or something, huh? Allegedly.
Frank alone.
I'm fucking with my boy. Well,
You
I
say you went through
always
a situation. That's what you said, Frank.
right. So I guess what I'm saying, Keena, is back to this comment where you get to the point where you're saying, okay, well, I dig you. I really do dig you. I don't want you to, I can't see you being with nobody else. So I guess this is where we get to the exclusivity part, right?
Right.
So it's really not dating. It's, shit, we go together. I mean, if we just going with the traditional structures of the word. But here, let me ask you guys this: what are the expectations after you've become intimate on both sides? What does the guy expect? What does the girl expect? Especially when there hasn't been any clear cut conversation about where we're going once we get to the here. First of all, you don't even know if you're gonna like it. You might be done. You know what I'm saying? It might be a rapper dapper. Hopefully not, but shit, you don't know. You know, a guy just might suffer one of them BDRs on that particular day, right? So, shit,
I'm
hey.
with you on that one. I like them butts.
But yeah, so say you get to that point or whatever, you really feeling this cat or this girl, and you know, couple of dates in, you like shit, we grown. Couple of dates, couple of drinks, you know what I'm saying, and it goes down. Now, when you wake up in the morning, where are you? Now, this is somebody that you really was kind of vibing, you know what I'm saying, which you liked them. You guys hadn't had no conversation about where you're going, exclusivity, any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? You just was kind of enjoying one another's company, and then it just jumped off because the moment was right. Shit, you grown. You know what I'm saying? Now, what do you do with all of that? This nigga Frank. Okay, so Keena, you
Um,
say very
you
soon
know,
after. So,
there's some it's some things that need to be that I'm finding out in life that need to be talked about when they need to be talked about. That's one of them. Because from that point, it's really easy to be on two separate pages. Again, like you said, I guess that's where we're gonna come into play. Like, okay, so that's when you gotta do the deep dive. Are we, are we, first of all, do we really need to do it? And are we now? What are we gonna do? Like you said, like nobody wants to have the exclusivity talk, but you need to have that because you need to know that if you at home just trying to be faithful to somebody and they at home still messing with Lisa, Shonda, and Pam, you need to know where you stand in that equation. You really do, really do. So
well,
I think that, but again, I think that we shy away from the hard talk sometimes, which really you just got to put on your big boy, your big girl draws. You just got to have some conversations. But the longer you stay away from it, then the more confusion comes into play because then you don't know, and then some people can't communicate. Every time they talk, it leads to an argument, and stuff like that. And then on top of that, you need to establish some things, and I don't think enough of that's being said and stuff like that.
so
A
what
lot
I'll say,
a lot of people don't want to have the hard conversations out of fear of rejection, but rejection is none of us wants to be there, but you I'd rather be there than to think that the person I want to be with and the person in my mind I think I want to be exclusive with doesn't feel the same about me, and it's fine that you don't, but I need to know that, and I need to be able to, and also it's an acceptance thing. How many times do you hear it and stuff like that, and you still don't accept it? I guess that's just a nigga that's whipping your ass. He doing it every day, but do you want to accept the fact that's what he doing to you? You calling it something else, but you're black and blue every day, bitch. He whipping your ass, like no other way to really say what he doing. But we ain't gonna say he loving you, like whatever. But no, I don't. People not taking the time to get to know each other. They're not taking the time to get. Nobody's trying to read anybody's love language anymore. You need to know. Some people you can talk. Some people okay with you talking to them all day long. But then some people just want to be with you. They more of an affectionate type of person. You really need to know your mate. And I think if you're serious, then it takes two. One person can't be trying to carry this relationship, can't be the one always want to have the serious conversations, and can't be the only one that's doing. That's got to be some type of balance with that. Because why? Then one person gets burnt out. One person think that they're doing it all. If you're not already a bit communicated on how you feel, then that person may feel like, well, I'm doing everything, but I still don't know how they feel about me. I don't really know. Like motherfucker never want to have a good conversation about where we going with it. Someone have to marry your kind. Shut up. Hi.
But she right though. Here,
You
here,
are the
here,
marrying kind, and
here.
when
Let
you
me,
when you get there and to get to that point, you're a wonderful mother, beautiful inside and out, and got wonderful kids. You are the marrying kind. I need you to stop that shit right now.
so I've been on the other side of this conversation, right? In terms of actually having the conversation from the very beginning, especially when I ain't really trying to fuck with the chicken on that level. But I know that that's where it can go, right? So I've been in
Some of
some
us.
of us plays, right? That's why I was like, yeah, she's right. So I've been in a scenario maybe three times, right, where I'm saying, okay, look, you know, we're just chilling, you know what I'm saying? Or flat out, look, we can vibe and everything, but I'm not trying to knock you back because, you just, it's too much emotional bullshit that comes along with you, right? And where the chick was, first of all, didn't believe me, you know what I'm saying, was outraged. I could assume that she had emotional baggage, especially enough to make me not want to knock her back. And secondly, um, she did not believe me when I said I'm really not nobody's boyfriend
Right.
right now. Like, and so, like I said, in this one particular scenario, it was to the extent where, I think I spoke. I said I talked about this before. We wasn't having sex on purpose, right? Not because she was not desirable, you know what I'm saying? Because she was thoroughly hittable, you know what I'm saying? But it was the relationship that we was building, and I could see something that she couldn't, right? So I was like, look, you don't want to go down this road. It's gonna end up bad for you, man. I don't do well by women who fall in love with me. So you just need to kind of keep it business, stay my friend. And in order to do that, we ain't gonna get naked. And then they pressured me, and I'm gonna ride that out till the day I die. That y'all just took some, right? Like y'all just made me do it to the girl, on my birthday. You know what I'm saying? And it really applied that pressure, but it was all bad. You know what I'm saying? The shit never turned out.
You was
Well, I'm
just
saying,
well,
what?
but, but that's just part.
Everybody ain't. Everybody ain't.
That's just part of it too. Like I think I've just learned the hard way in life that that you no matter how much you may want it to actually work with somebody, if there are signs being shown, and especially if they're saying it, you owe it to yourself to take people. Hell, I'd rather take you at face value than have you come back to me and tell me, what's going on. Well, look, this is what you told me until you show me something different. This all I had to go on. I'm tired of not taking people at face value and thinking they want something that I don't want. That they want something that I want and they don't. So I think that's the catch 22 too. So now you have to take people at face value. If you tell me you're not looking for something, then why should I think that you are? If you specifically told me that you wasn't. Now, you want to start treating this like a relationship, you want to be a relationship, that's another talk along the way. But, you know, when people be like, are you just, oh, you act like that, or you act like you mean, or you act like you don't want me, that's not what we talked about. When we talked about that, you told me you wasn't in it for this, you wasn't looking for this, but yet and still everything you do says you fucking love me. I get that. but but shit, that'd be real. Everything we do, you say we're not in a relationship. Everything we do screams it. But
Well,
okay,
that's again,
again, but
that's my scenario, but that's not my fault. Shit.
yeah, it'd be a
I
lot of
mean,
people's
I
fault.
am who I
But
am.
what I'm saying is that I think that we have to do a better job. If that's not really what you want to do, then you shouldn't say that. Or at some point, if something changes, be like, hey, let's. Because I think that I think I think 6 months evaluation checks, like when you're going out to eat, they say a two bite check that make sure everything is good. I think relationships should be assessed every 6 months like that.
So look
Why?
here,
Yeah.
here. Let me wrap it all in and show you how crazy shit can become, even if you're trying to do the right thing, right? And um, this goes again with the, you know, are we exclusive after sex? You know what I'm saying? All that type of shit, right? Because what I have to acknowledge is that no matter how much I say something, it's just what you just said. If I'm doing things that elicit a particular type of emotional response from the woman that I'm doing these things for and to, then um, I have to acknowledge that those responses are real. So even if I'm saying I ain't your boyfriend, but I'm doing a bunch of boyfriend shit, well, you know what I'm saying, then I can expect that, you're gonna be saying, to hell with what I'm talking about, it's about what I'm doing. The thing about it is that when I see that happening, right, I start, remember I'm petty as shit. So I'll start doing shit to illustrate the shit that we both agreed or the shit that I said. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, nah, I don't have no girlfriend. And what the second part of it is, I don't have no girlfriend and I'm liable to fuck with your sister. So shit, just be prepared to be mad. Now, of course, I'm never on no shit like that. But that's giving you, the most
Right.
extreme example of shit. A
Right.
nigga's out here doing whatever the fuck he want to do, and ain't shit you can tell me about what I do, right?
Right.
And then for you to say, okay, well, I hear what you're saying, but in the back of your mind say, okay, well, I'm gonna put this thing on this nigga, and he ain't gonna want to go nowhere else. And then it don't work out like that, right?
Right.
Because while you doing all this work, I'm happy in the moment, right? 30 minutes later, I'm back, Keith. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about some other shit. Okay, good.
If
What
you
do
say
next week when we
if
do
you
that
say
shit
you ain't
again?
my boyfriend, I might test that out.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
But that's what she did though. She said, and then she realized, okay, what he really meant that wasn't going to work.
so
But
now,
again,
so look, now the girl is up around every day playing girlfriend, playing wifey. You know what I'm saying? Up in the trap. On top of everything else,
yeah,
you up in the trap. What's up, Dev? And now I'm doing shit like, you know, the other chick that everybody know I fuck with pop up drunk. You know what I'm saying? Fucking midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. She gonna wait your ass out, right? She ain't going nowhere. She ain't got nowhere to go. She drunk and she ain't going home, right? Fuck them kids, all that shit, right? I made it to K-Max. I'm in safe, home, tag, right? And
mhm.
your ass is just in there expecting me to tell the drunk girl to go home. Well, I'm not. I'm not. That ain't what I do. I told you, man. And don't be mad if you pop up in this motherfucker and see her coming out the bedroom with fuzzy slippers and some shit on. That's just how she get down. I mean, what? I can't tell her not to. You know what I'm saying? So now I know that this is some hurtful shit, but it's like I can't wait for you to say some slick shit about anything, right? So I can be on. Look, girl, I told you I ain't your goddamn boyfriend. You need to go argue with your fucking boyfriend because I ain't him. But again,
the rug drunk girl go home. He was like,
I'm not. Nah, she ain't going nowhere. She made it here. She had somebody drop her ass off over here. She knew where she was going when she left the club.
right.
Right there, came back house. She know I'm gonna let her ass in. Don't matter who in this motherfucker. And she, you know what I'm saying? And she ain't tripping. She like, oh, okay, well, that's your friend. All right, I'll see you in the morning. You know, fall asleep on the couch.
I'm going.
Or she liable to pop up at the door. I don't know anything. You know, anything liable to happen at my. It's the trap. We in the trap at the time, right? Like it's all kind of shit that's jumping off up in this joint. This ain't nobody's, you know. I mean, I just happen to live here, but I ain't even supposed to live here. I'm on parole in a whole nother city, right? I ain't even supposed to be up here, right? I'm up here running shit, you running shit, and then expecting that because I done taught you how to sit behind the counter, answer the door, weigh shit out, all the shit that go along with that.
I think we have to stop. You have to stop expecting expectations from people who are unexpectable. Basically, it's just a long way to say that you gotta stop expecting you out of people. Just because it's what you may do or how you may feel, everybody don't feel the same way. So, again, I think that you can really start taking people at face value. Uh, and if you're really not good with it, you need to communicate that you're not. Like you gotta you know you gotta be okay with saying no and walking away and meaning it.
Here's my thing, and I think that this is what makes it kind of difficult for both me and the various women who've tried to be in my life over the last 10 years or so, right? 12 years. And that is that I kind of got my mind made up about, how I get down. And I'm always looking for any challenges to that so that I could be on some disconnecting from you emotionally type shit, right? Mm-hmm. And what that does is, it allows me the latitude to let you know that your feelings really don't matter, but I'm gonna consider them anyway. Feel what I'm saying? So that when it's time for my ass to go do something else all the way to the left, because I'm always gonna go do something else. Like if you ain't locked me down, and for whatever reason it ain't happened, like I'm a good motherfucker, right? Trying to redeem myself for all the reprehensible shit I done did to women in my life and shit, right? So right now is the best time to have me, right? I'm really trying to be good to black women. I'm just saying, I'm laughing, but I'm serious as shit. I'm serious.
Time to take a chance, shoot your shot now.
Right now is the spot, it's the time, right? I had one other time in my life and shit, right? That it wasn't as shit. I was locked up. You know what I'm saying? Right. And the chick had the opportunity to change my mind. She just fucking strengthened my feelings and shit, right? So now is another opportunity. Don't got nothing to do with me being mad at the world, none of that shit. I'm trying to get in heaven. If you want to fucking help me, give me a little boost.
Well, Keita,
good treatment.
Right. Keita, what I'm talking about is just that, like, again, like when you realize you're not getting what you want out of the situation, you need to accept it at face value. Stop thinking the motherfucker's gonna change and do something different if you're serious about it.
Yeah, I think what in that scenario that I was talking about, she tried that. She tried to walk away. She tried to say no, put her foot down. Look, if we're gonna be fucking, then this is what it will. You take care of my daughter, and how the fuck you gonna tell me you ain't my boyfriend? And whoop. You got me all in love with you. What the fuck I'm supposed to do? And I'm like, shit, get you a boyfriend. What the fuck you mean? What are you supposed to do? So it was all bad. Right? It was all bad. She didn't go no fucking where, right? When she did try to fucking bounce, It was on some fuck shit. She's a ghetto girl, so she did some ghetto shit. And I'm just unforgiving about ghetto ass shit. Like ghetto betrayals, I'd be like, fuck you for life. You know what I'm saying?
Ghetto betrayals.
Ghetto betrayals are fucking me up. You can do a fucking regular person ass fucking mainstream betrayal. Ghetto betrayal, like you knew. Come on, man. You knew. Man, fuck you.
Ghetto betrayals, they get you for life. Wait till the summer of the other now. People don't understand.
Yeah, for real. Life is fucking for life. Like, you know, some bullshit like that. It's fucking still some fucking.
In today's climate, then no, I don't really feel like.
Imagine this. This is what I mean by ghetto betrayals. Okay, so you at work, and you find out that one of the coworkers has been forging your signature on some shit to get some fucking extra pay. You get called in on it. They automatically see it ain't you.
You had froze up on me. Okay, so you
say you at work.
Yeah.
You find out your coworker been signing your name off on some extra time shit, right, or whatever. Okay. And then your boss called you in and was like, what the fuck is up with this overtime? You like, that ain't me. They're like, okay, well, cool. We're gonna investigate the other chick or whatever. Now, you know she betrayed you, right? But you like this bitch, and you just like cool on her. Now, you in the game, right? And you try to fucking double up. You know what I'm saying? You bought a pound of weed with your income tax money or some shit because you trying to fucking get your car fixed and pay your rent. And this is what you got going on or whatever the fuck. And the nigga that you fucking with takes half your fucking sack and just bounce for a fucking week. Just go sell your shit, fucking it off with some other chick. You know what I'm saying? In, you know, your broke car and some more shit. Then this nigga show back up broke. You ain't got enough money for no re-up. Your shit is just fucked up. That's a ghetto betrayal. And it's fuck you for life, my nigga.
No,
for life.
If you're gonna leave like that, do yourself a favor. Don't come back.
Don't come back. Don't come back.
I'm not gonna answer a text, and I'm not even gonna block you. I'm just gonna watch the fucking phone ring. Just watch you text. Let me say left you on red.
I'm answering that motherfucker. I'm answering. We're gonna have a whole conversation. I'm fucking with
what you doing? Why are you calling me? You can't possibly.
All that. I told you I'm petty, and I got time too. I ain't got shit to do. I ain't got no job no more.
Look, why you on? Somebody asked me that one time. I told the dude. I said, you a hoe. I can't listen to you. I was like, because I'm a little too ignorant for that. You know, especially if I don't know that that's what we supposed to be doing. So why you gonna come out and say you a hoe because you do a hoe shit?
Okay, here.
Let
me ask a different question. Along the dating apparatus. Say you dating a dude and you just got like, you know, niggas just ghetto, cuss more than me, right? Cuss, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, ill-mannered, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever, shit, right? But you dig him, right? You know, this nigga get up, go to work, do his shit, and ambitious as shit. You know what I'm saying? About his business.
I mean, do he know how to talk in front of the right people? Like if you're around your mom or your aunts and all that, can he get it together for that? Or
he do, but he don't.
Just like
he do, but he don't. Like he talk around your mama like he talk around his mama, right? Now, mind you, right? I'm 56. I ain't never cussed but one time in front of my mama and one time in front of Nick's mama. And both times I was apologetic. Once I got 6 stitches in the top of my lip right here. But yeah, with Nell, I was 50, right? But, you know, we don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I be telling the old folks don't tune in because I cuss like a sailor on this bitch. But I'm talking to my people, my peers, right? But this nigga is, you know, he one of them ghetto ass niggas and shit. Where, you know, his mama, you know, he smoke weed with his mama and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Call her a bunch of bitches, hoes, and he arguing with her. Yeah, all that. This nigga's ghetto fuck. But the nigga turned something into nothing, came up in the 90s and shit, right? Now this nigga owned a bunch of property or some shit. He ain't in the game, but the nigga's still ghetto as fuck and chipped up. And just a good nigga. This nigga get up and
But
go
he
work in
leveled
his
up.
company.
But he
He
leveled
leveled
up.
up like a motherfucker. But the nigga is just crass is all like you ain't bringing that nigga on Buick.
Right.
He ain't coming over. He ain't coming on Singletary. So at what point does the way that okay, let's get your mama out of it. The way that him talking to you like he talks to his people. Here, let's just make it me and not you. At what point, I'm me. Everybody know how the fuck I talk, right? I'm passionate and I cuss like a sailor to express that passion. But I've been violent, physically violent in my past, and I've learned how to channel that violence. And so I don't pin it up. I don't shut the fuck up and just hold that shit. No, that shit is coming out. It's coming out loud and fucking vibrant. Mad or well, but you'd rather that than these myths, right? I would. So let's just say it's me, and I'm fucking, I'm always talking crazy as shit, you know what I'm saying? Cussing, but I mean, not disrespectful. I ain't calling them a pack of bitches and hoes and no shit like that. But whenever I'm trying to get my point across, I'm fucking yelling and cussing and just like I do.
Right. Right.
At
Like you
what
do.
point,
Right.
at what point does this um, this corporate executive, the CEO chick, black CEO chick, 35 years old on the rise, did she get tired of my bullshit?
I have triggers. So um some people can put it for long term. I can't. I I can't. And and I get that we get passionate about stuff. We cancel. So when we go in, we go in. I tell people all the time, you want peaches and cream. I tell them that all the time. But they say I'm so fucking cute when I get ignorant. But I tell them all the
But
time,
why they be
they
trying me
don't want
shit?
that, but they love it. Like if I'm not cussing you out or going hard on you, it's like I don't care about you. Like I try to give them the nice Nikki, try to give them the peaches and cream. They don't want that. They want me to get a little ignorant with them. And then when they piss me off, I'm gonna go all the way in, and I'm gonna spare no change. I'm trying to be better than this. I'm trying to be better than this. But I got triggers, and I tell people I'm honest with people. I don't do well. Let me tell you why I don't do well. I'm a Cancer. I'm a July 4th Cancer. My dad and my brother are Leo, so I was brought up with tears. I'm not gonna do that in my adult life because I did that too much in my childhood. I you know I so and then consequently I got with someone who shared the same birthday with my dad, so he was equal asshole ish. I'm used to my dad and my brother stuff, but you can't bring nobody new into the equation trying to I'm used to how they handle, how they talk to me. I get that. That's two people I'm gonna love for the rest of my life. Period. And but they gonna have our back regardless of who you is. You know, I don't. That don't sit well with me. That you just don't have to talk to me harsh like that. I don't have bad understanding. It may be I have bad understanding when you're trying to feed me bullshit, but I don't have bad understanding how that goes. Like I know I understand clearly what you're saying. I'm just trying to realize. I'm just trying to see what the part that you didn't realize you had me fucked up. It's not that I don't understand what you're saying. It's not that I don't get it. It didn't click. I'm just trying to see at what point did you collect $200, or was it before you collected your $200 and paid it, or was it Broadway before you made the curve? The fact that you thought that when you passed had me half pass myself, you didn't get that. That part. So I
Yeah, I'm pretty.
so with that being said, is that I just don't like I said, I have a low tolerance for bullshit. At the same time, I'm not really trying to give you bullshit. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna tell you. If you want to take it as bullshit, fine. But most times I'm not trying to feed you bullshit. I ain't really, usually if I'm going to try to be with somebody, I'm not really messing with other people like that because I don't like to get caught up in that whole, triangle thing. For my part, I try to stay away from that. I've been down that road before. Don't work for me. I'm a Cancer. We get attached to people, and ain't no swimming when you care about two people equally. Now you're trying to
It's a
balance
trip.
out.
It's a trip that you say it like that too, right? Because so I'm a Cancer like you, right? The, the exception, of course, I'm a boy, but also, I got all that fucking prison experience that kind of changed me. It made me a lot more observant, a lot more tolerant of bullshit because I see so much of it, right? It's like just natural with people. People just are full of shit, right? They don't really mean nothing, but people always kind of want to put their best face forward. And a lot of times, most times, that means telling a fucking lie. And so I really don't get pissed off about that. What pisses me off is like you say, when you play me short, right? Like I'm
Mhm.
giving you my whole everything, and then you getting at me with some bullshit, right?
Right.
And here's the funny shit. Carrie's mother, right? My baby mama, her birthday is my birthday. She's an entirely different kind of Cancer than you or me.
Mhm.
She is the passive Cancer,
Mhm.
passive emotional Cancer. So she kind of trades on, oh, I'm fucked up, help me type shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't be hard on me because, I can't take it type of bullshit, right? So she's very non-confrontational. Um,
That's because she don't realize she a cardinal sign.
she don't realize what?
Cancers could be needy and run shit at the same time. Cancer's a cardinal sign. So, and the best way that I could sum that up for a man is that I'm only going to be the damsel in distress for oh so fucking long before I get my ass up and do it myself. If that makes sense to you. That's what being a cardinal sign is. And that's what being a cardinal Cancer is. We're naturally emotional, but we're built to last, if that makes sense. Like we're not gonna be like we're gonna be one of the last ones going down in the fight. It's the reason that I'm as sensitive as I am, but then I'll whip the next person ass over you. You ain't finna come at me or my crew like that. I might let you treat me any kind of fucking way, but let you say one tenth of what you might have said to somebody that I remotely care about.
I'm the
I could be,
same. I'm the exact
I could
same
be,
way.
we could be sitting down at a table. I don't even know homegirl, but let her old man who she been with for 25 years come to the table like this, like, yeah, bitch, where the fuck you been? Who? Wait a minute, what table you at?
I told you, Nick's wife was always good to me for 16 years, right? I love
No,
Pinky to death.
no.
I cussed her motherfucking ass out on the phone with Nell on the phone, Felicia. She did some crazy shit, man.
If I really care about you, I could go with a lot of shit. Chances probably will be yes, but what I can't like look past is like I said, I have a trick in talking to me any kind of way. That to me that doesn't express love. And usually when people doing it, they're not doing it out of love. It's different if we're just talking, which very seldom people do when they be like, babe, you might do such and such, and I really don't like when you do that. Okay, well, we're having a conversation. Simple. We're not on 80. We're on 20. We laughing and clowning, maybe eating some popcorn, kicking it back, and then we just maybe start talking about what flows and what you might do, what I might do, some dumb shit that might we just having a conversation. But if we're in the middle of an argument and you throw that shit in, I don't respect that. That's not done out of love. So I tell people all the time, I need you. I require what I require. I require you to handle me with fucking care. So I don't do well with people talking to me crazy. I mean, because I stopped listening to what you said. Like I said, you had me fucked up past halfway past fucked up a long time ago. So now you just going off, and now I'm like just I'm looking at the phone like no, that's not gonna happen. Try not to
Yeah,
say too much, but
I got to get past talking crazy because I goes in Oh, I
And
go
then
in.
then when I
Yeah.
get mad, then I go in, and then it's like then nobody cool. Can't believe you talking to me like
And
that.
when I go in, I don't.
What you
At
ain't say
that
to me
point, I
yet?
don't give a fuck if you hear me or not. I just need to say it out loud, whatever it
Right.
is. Right?
I can't, I can't believe you handled me like that last night. I can. I can. I can believe I handled you like that. You just thought I never would. Like I said, I try to give you peaches and cream. I don't try to give
I don't want
you,
that.
don't want that, you know.
You
And
want
I
it
tell
tough.
people all the time, I be like, I know I'm a lot. Why I'm a lot? Cause I wanna, cause I want you to, I want you to go all out. I want you to go all out with me. If you like me, I need you to go all out with me. I need to know that you care about me. I need to feel that you care about me. I require a lot of assurance. Some people ain't built for that. So when I start realizing, or when I realize that I'm just not gonna get it, then you gotta do something different.
So what do you do when you run into the guy that's good, but he's just not emotionally expressive?
That's hard, especially when especially when you know they care, especially when y'all tried to walk away a couple of times, and y'all just really kind of hard, and you just really kind of need him to clean that aspect up. I've tried to stick it out, but ultimately, if they can't make me feel like it's about me, sometimes I can't do nothing.
I used to be, I used to be the dude who you would start an argument with me on the phone or wherever, especially in person, and I would get real serious about I don't do this shit here, girl. Like if this is what we gonna be on, man. I can bounce now, whatever, right? And if we get past that and we get to that second instance, then I just don't never call back. Don't never answer the phone. Don't just leave your ass just wondering. And I think that's really shitty. You know what I'm saying? Just to leave
Right.
a person just in limbo like that. But that's kind of who I was. I ain't had no fucking tolerance for the bullshit, especially after I did that long ass stretch
Hmm.
because I was on some shit like I'm just meeting people anyway.
Right.
So you got a whole lot of shit that you got to do in order to keep my ass around past some physical gratification shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was all cool when we was both trying to get to see if we was gonna get naked. So, all the Santa Monica Piers and Benihana's and that shit was cool. Now what? you know? And I really be on some shit like that too. Like,
Hmm.
man, okay, what do we talk about?
Hmm.
Like I'm the nigga who I always say I'm just like a hell of a I'm the research nerd thug, right? I'm the nigga who's in prison and we all was in the school, right? About 15 of us from LA just showed up in the school building and shit. And the principal, instead of kicking us out, decided, oh, I got something for the thugs, for the gangbangers, right? So he
Hmm.
shows us a video of this little girl who had like a big ass fucking thing on her head, like a big tumor that stretched her skull out and some more shit. And it was a whole little fucking brain surgery, right?
Hmm.
Like in real time. Everybody was like, oh, and I was like, whoa. So I'm that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm the nigga who, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to you about law and economics and politics and you talking to me about Cardi B, man. What the fuck? Yeah,
Right.
we can talk about her too, because I'm up all the way back to red bars before everybody else was, because that's who I am. Right?
No, I agree. Like you said, once you get past the aesthetic stage of a relationship, you that's where you find out if you're compatible. Can you make something out of nothing? And that's how a lot of people found out that they were quarantined with the wrong motherfuckers. because they really didn't like each other. They thought they liked each other, so they were stuck in the house a whole fucking 8 months with somebody on end.
But now this new me that I always, talk about, I lament him because I want everybody to know him, is, how can I say it? I'm much more willing to argue. And although to someone new, that might seem um, toxic.
Say what you said again.
I
You
said
said you were willing to what?
I'm much more willing to argue a point, right?
That's just a cancer trait.
Well, for me, what it is I don't got no quit in me when it comes
Right,
to, if I'm dealing with a chick and we're trying to build, um, then I'm not going to let the smallest thing deter me from
right.
whatever it is that I see in you. I'm gonna
I
try
think
to fight
most
through
have
it. You're gonna be worth fighting for,
I
even if
was
it's
just gonna
fight
say,
you.
and I think that's what people just really want to feel like. Like sometimes it might not even be the fact that I want to pick a fight or I'm trying to fight with you, but sometimes you just want to feel like you're worth it to somebody. You know it, and I think again, but that's relationships again that you got to do because that don't need to be how you you don't need to get comfortable with getting somebody to be like that for you to feel like to feel validated in somebody else's feelings about you. You should be able just to be like, again, I don't think people do a good job. Period. If you're with somebody or you're involved in somebody and you really dig them, I think that if people we have to do a better job with seeing how we feel about people when we feel about them. Why? Because people out here dying. People was dying by themselves from COVID. They couldn't even get their mama to come up there because they was on the ventilator and about to die. So you know how many people did not get a chance to even say goodbye. You know, and we're not even talking about people that wouldn't even get along, didn't even get a chance to make amends. So all I'm saying is that um as in what feelings are concerned, like again, it's about knowing. It's just about knowing you. Like if again, I guess if you know your dude not really into that, I get that. But if your dude really into you, he needs to be able to make some exceptions towards you. I'm not asking you to do that with everybody, but I'm asking you to make me feel like or tell me you care about me. Because why? Because that's something I require. So I just think that as in general, people have to get better. Because I'm not the type of nigga. And I know some shit, guys, and we don't. He too soft when he got this needy. Well, when people start doing that, it's because of something that's lacking. You know, I,
Yeah.
when people start cheating on people or they start hooking up with other people, it's not even so much about the X. Sometimes it's sometimes you need to realize the why.
Um, I don't know. I got a whole different take on it. Um, from as a
Right.
guy,
Of course.
I think every time that I've cheated, quote unquote, it hasn't been about me being unsatisfied, hasn't been about me being unhappy at home, or anything having to do with my girl at all. It's really about me feeling or not feeling desirable as a man at that particular point in my life because um, shit, you love me. You know what I'm saying? So I could just sit on the couch and get fat in my mind. Maybe I can't, but in my mind, you love me. So what about everybody else? You know what I'm saying? So it's not about well, shit. I'm just out here horny and just want to go, you know, hit the first thing that's moving. It's never about that. It's
So
more
basically,
about
you saying what I'm saying that that was an emotionally that you wasn't getting.
well, see, most it's not that I wasn't getting it because I always feel desirable to my girl, right? So it's not that I don't feel desirable to her. It's that's already conquered. Like, you know what I'm saying? It, it's like, can I go hunt still? Can I go bag another 19-year-old? That kind of shit. And that's the
No.
kind of shit that swims around in men's head. And it don't have nothing to do with how happy you are at home. As a matter of fact, the reason why you fucking cheat, try to be so surreptitious about the shit that you do, is because you so fucking happy at home. You don't want to lose little baby. You know what I'm saying? You don't want her going no fucking where. But that's just a need, a desire, or an itch that she can't scratch. You scratched it 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? When you thought I was the hottest shit, in the club or, on the block or whatever the fuck. Now it's 10 years later and I'm just your husband. We got these fucking kids and shit. I still feel like me. You know what I'm saying? I just don't feel like me when I'm with you. I just feel satisfied. Like we just okay. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga want to feel desired. Nigga want to still drive a Cadillac and, you know what I'm saying, jump out with fresh fits. Nigga be 56 with uh, Christian Louboutin tennis shoes and shit on, fucking red bottoms and shit, or some Yeezys. Nigga be my age with some Yeezys. Look at me, shit. I'm still wearing baseball caps and fucking t-shirts.
Right.
What? So you can imagine that, I pull up to the gas station and it's a car full of, 20-somethings headed to Vegas.
Stay away from the 20-something.
And I told you, shit.
I told you your
they
age
better stay away
already.
from me.
So your age range already. You need
They
to
better
be
stay away from me. They look at
51 to 56. Not
they
down.
look at these gray whiskers. They might be thinking sugar daddy, and I be thinking daddy, right? You got me fucked up.
Not with you. I'm not with you today. We already had this conversation. We ain't doing it again.
Right.
But
well, we met.
No, I was gonna say, but in closing, no, there's not enough. There's not enough dating. It's not enough getting to know each other really, really well. Um, Nobody's willing to go all in, and until we are, I just feel like we ain't getting no further than what we getting.
I would agree with you to the extent that even though it was less communication back in the days, it was a lot clearer about where you were at with a person. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, shit, 8th grade, you stick your tongue in my mouth, you're my girlfriend. I don't give a damn what you're talking about, and I'm beating everybody up. Better not be talking to some nigga about a locker in the hallway. It's going down.
Math book in his hand.
The other side,
all the books, all the time.
The other side of the coin is, I think that while we are, hoping for more clear and positive communication, and for there to be, a system, so to speak, for dating, getting to know somebody, and then having it kind of develop into whatever it's going to be. I think that the young people they're ahead of us. I think that right now what young people are doing are having, like co-ed acts, you know what I'm saying, that type of shit where, everybody's at somebody's mother's house, the whole little group. And, you kind of make sure that, whoever you vibing on gets invited. So you have the opportunity to build with them from there or whatever. And I think that just kind of gets back to that whole traditional idea of dating. Frank said, yeah, really, for real. All right, well, we made it through another hour and 10 minutes. We hit y'all with the 3-2 combination. Started with the 3, ended with the 2. You know what I'm saying? And still got my baby pop back up in the comment section, regulated once again. Shout out to my girl Keena. I've been fake mad at your ass for a couple of days. And anyway, I want to thank everybody for joining us live at 5/7 Central here in the Piranha Pond. I want to send a shout out to my boy, Frankly, there is none flyer. Uh, he's in the comments right now. Peace and love. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that sub. Also, I want to send a shout out to my boy, Mr. Nick Nass. You know where the hell you at, boy, but you better call in so I can pop up on your ass. Thanks everybody for joining on Facebook Live, YouTube Live. Like, share, subscribe. Uh, Hit us on the replay and leave a comment. Shows up in real time on the replay. Once again, I wanted to thank everybody for joining us. We have been Piranha Pond live at 5/7 Central, and now we are